If you want to walk through the house, you can. I mean, you know, if you want to see the house.
Okay.
I don't mind.
Okay.
You see it just like it is. Hello, my name is Calvin Davis. Well, I was in the service from 77 to 79. My MOS was a 13B10 Cannon Crewman, which was on a 155 howitzer. And I've lived here going on 35 years. And previously, me and my mother, after my father passed, and I spent the past 7-8 years taking care of my mother prior to her death, and my brother was her power of attorney, meaning I took care of my mother, but he was in control of her financial situation. And after my mother passed, he saw fit to take the house and had me evicted, put out the house, and I ended up homeless, living in a homeless shelter, and got in contact with legal services through the VA. What happened was my brother had signed my name saying that I had gave up the rights to this house. Not only me, but my other siblings as well. So it was 6 of us all together. So when we went to magistrate court, when he had me evicted out the house, the magistrate stated that all those signatures looked the same, but yet the paper was legal, so he gave me 2 weeks to get out the house, and that's how I ended up at Christ Central. And but once we went to probate court, thanks to Ms. Rainville, all that got turned around.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Rainville. I'm an attorney with South Carolina Legal Services. When Mr. Davis came to us, he was homeless. He was living in a homeless shelter, and he had come in because he said that the probate paperwork for his mother's estate had been forged. So when I met with Mr. Davis and he brought in the documentation, it did appear to me that in fact the estate paperwork had been forged. There was a hearing coming up that one of his other siblings had requested, so I agreed to represent Mr. Davis in that hearing. At that hearing, it was discovered that his brother did in fact forge private family agreements between all of the siblings, giving himself clear title to the property. And so we were able to undo that transaction, the deed that gave his brother clear title to the property. So the judge undid that previous deed of distribution, reopened the estate, and we got Mr. Davis appointed as personal representative of the estate. Now, because Mr. Davis had also been evicted by his brother, the judge actually allowed Mr. Davis to move back into the home. The brother who had done all of this stuff fraudulently, of course, would not sign over his interest. So we had to bring another action in the probate court to get his share of the property from him because of his bad actions and get it put back into the general estate. So we were able to do that, and Mr. Davis ended up with clear title to the property. Of course, in all of this, a lot of the utilities were in the brother's name, and the brother, of course, shut off the utilities and refused to pay the last bills. So we actually helped Mr. Davis write some letters to get some assistance to help get those utilities turned back on and help bring those past due bills current. Unfortunately, in the awful, historic flood that Columbia had, his home sustained some damage. Of course, he was denied FEMA help, so we actually got him in touch with a nonprofit company called Homeworks, and we filled out the application for him and sent that off, and he was approved, and he has received a new roof, and they're going to be doing some other remodeling to his home.
I got help with mortgage assistance, and then I needed help with utilities. They helped me with utilities also, and various other things that without them I never would have made it. So my situation is, if it wasn't for South Carolina Legal Services, I wouldn't know what I would have became of me, because the situation was I didn't have nowhere to turn. Everything seemed like everything was against me, and I just seemed like I was just left out on a limb. And but everything got turned around once we went to probate court, and so far so good.
To us and taking the time, like I said, it's, you know, I think it's important that people know what we do and all
You
of that.
know, the term homeowner, feels good. I'm new into it, so, but, I'm not going anywhere.
That's right.
I'm in it for the long haul.
That's right.
Yeah.